Welcome to another Flights with Joel video, the first YouTube video in Flight Simulator 2024. This is a quick look at the H225 by Performance Group. As you can see, it has it. What going on there? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, there's that. Anyway, as you can see, the usual attention to detail is evident here. Beautiful animation on the tail rotor. Very fine looking aircraft. The H225 is based on an earlier model of the Super Puma. Just getting a look at the fine detail here. Doing a complete walk around. And we'll see about the animation on the main rotor, which I could not find anything for at all. I can't get it to work. I just can't get this to work. Oh well. The H225 is a long-range, all-weather, heavy-lift helicopter manufactured by European rotorcraft company Airbus Helicopters, a division of Airbus. It is piloted by two and can accommodate up to 28 passengers, although it typically seats 19 to 24 in standard configurations. Here are some of the liveries you can get. You've got this blue one, and this one over here, which doesn't look like the picture at all, but it looks great. And then this kind of greenish, navy-ish looking one. And then this great orange one that obviously I like because I'm using that. And then this white and black one, which I also think is great. I think they all look great, and this buy more liveries is interesting. We'll see what that turns out to be. So let's have a quick look at the interior and really get a look at the detail of this thing. This is known to be the most expensive helicopter in the world, coming in at $28 million. I just don't know what's going on back here. Maybe if I emptied all of the people out, but I want people to see that. I just don't know what that's about. Okay. All right. Well, let's bring it back around. We will close all the doors and we'll have a startup. And here we are inside and ready to do a startup. We might skip a few steps. We'll see. You can get very detailed with the 124-page manual from Performance Group. I may have mentioned earlier, you can find that on their Discord. If you don't know how to get it, just ask in the questions, in the comments. I will try and get that to you. So there is our simple flight plan that I've put out here. We go in here, and if we back out, it basically takes us to an oil rig. That's an oil rig. Oh, did I mention you can get oil rigs in the sim now? All of the oil rigs are included with 2024. So that is a plus. That is one of those on the plus side things. There are many, actually. So we will... Wait a minute. I don't really need this loaded, but I'm going to load it anyway. Then I'm going to go here. And here, and that's not it. Back. Go here. Uh-oh, I've lost. Where's my flight plan? Environment. Performance. Checklist. I'm sorry. Not flight plan. Checklist. We'll start with something. So we are on the pre-flight checks before start. Main battery switch on. Right there. True 1 and true 2. So main battery switch, hit that, and it is up here on the overhead. It should be highlighted. It doesn't seem to be highlighted. There's the emergency battery switch. But it is here. There's our main battery switch. I'm not sure why the highlighter didn't work. It worked the last time I did this. True 1, 2. Now I hope these work because I really don't know where they are. True 1 and 2 are where? Nope, they are not highlighted. TRU 1 and 2. They are here. That's very strange. I don't know why the highlighting isn't working. It worked the last time I did this. And Alt 1 and 2, we just saw up there, same spot. They're right here. 1 and 2. Those are now on. And then we have DC bus tip normal. An emergency battery switch normal. So bus tip. Bus tie normal and emergency battery switch normal. E-battery switch normal there, and bus tie to normal. Is here. I hope I'm doing this right. I think that's correct. We will find out. And now we have anti-collision beacon to red, position light on, and landing light off. Okay, so anti-collision beacon on red. So I'm not sure why that is. It's on red, position light on, and landing light off. That's actually the setting for the landing light, but it is down here. Landing light switch is here, and it is off. Engine 1 main switch to stop. Engine 2 main switch to stop. So that is here. These switches are both on stop. Check. This is the pre-flight, understand. Engine 1 backup switch normal. Engine 2 backup switch normal. And those are here, right there. Those are both on normal. Let's get a better look at that. So those are right there, and those are both on normal. There we go. And now we go rotor brake off. That's a really good idea if you're going to start the aircraft. Rotor brake is here, and it is off. So that is on, and that is off. And we do have a single rotor, so just one. Rotor brake arm lever. Rotor brake arm lever arm. That is this one. Now this is where I'm going to skip ahead because I'm not even sure what that is exactly. So I'm going to skip on by it. Warning unit test. Oh, and we're going to skip these too. The warning unit test, not a big deal. They're right here. Where'd they go? There. There's all. It's pretty. It's very pretty. But it's not really going to do anything because it's always going to work. The PDOT 1 and 2. Uh-oh, I went way too far down. Pitot heat 1 and 2, I believe, is here. Those are both on now. They always want you to have those on. Now that we have windshield heat, we're in a fairly warm area today. We'll check the temperatures. What do we got? We have... Oh, I thought I had my outside temperature right here. I thought it was right here. And I think we are well above what we need for window heat. As we are in near Rio de Janeiro. So all of these can be checked. Check all those. You're checking all your wipers are good. You want to check the wipers? We should check those because we've got windshield wipers. So let's turn all those on. Yeah. Nice. Okay. They don't make any noise, do they? Yeah, they don't really make any noise. That should be squeaking. Okay, now we have fuel pump 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we can just go all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're right here. Got those on. All this, you'll see if I did things right if it starts. Manual fuel transfer is off. That is here. Manual fuel transfer off. Set to the off position. Autopilot. Autopilot trim. Yaw. Autopilot trim roll. Autopilot trim pitch. Now, these ones, let me turn on this. See if this works for this. Yes, it's going to point to something. It's pointing at something. So those are right here. and pitch. Now, this should not say that it's off. That is wrong, and the only way I can fix it is to reload the aircraft. So we're going to do that eventually. Autopilot collective force on. I still haven't found this. Autopilot collective force trim. I've not found that, but I'm going to turn everything on. And see. Oh, that did it. That did it. That got that. Okay. Something I hit was correct now. Now we go to engine starting. There we go. Here. Fuel pump 1, 2 on. Well, they already are because we did it in the pre-flight. But if you were just going straight to this. Engine main. Okay, now it says engine 1 main switch. Now here's an interesting thing. Well, all the fuel pumps are on, so no big deal. Engine 1 main switch. Right-hand engine. Left-hand engine. I have no idea which one's engine run. Now, you put this all the way to flight in this aircraft, which is a little different. Instead of starting in idle, if it's below, I think it's 10C, it says in the manual, then you go to idle first. But in this particular instance, you go straight to flight. You're watching your gauges here. And, of course, you're watching your rotor turn. And if you have a magic outside camera, you're going out here and checking this out. The squirrels in my neighborhood also think it's pretty cool. They want to see what I'm doing. I don't see any exhaust coming out. Look very closely at this. Many of the other helicopters do have an effect. This one doesn't seem to. I'm also very close to the building. I forgot to move forward a little bit. There we go. So this should get to 50%. It's not getting there, is it? Idle 645 19. Here, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Before you go to the next thing, that's supposed to be at 50. It's almost there. And we have a start on engine 1. Now, you would have just held your hand up on the switch in case something with the full authority digital engine control went bad. Then you would flick the switch to off. Engine 1 greater than 50% right there. Auxiliary hydraulic pump on. Oh, where the heck is that? I don't think I found that before either. It is here. Auxiliary hydraulic pump on. And then fuel pumps 1 and 2 on. We've got them. Engine 2, same thing. Engine 2 on, and then it goes to 50%. And it also goes to a full start. If I can get it to. There it is. Close a little protector on engine 1. Engine 2 starting. And see, they do some weird things sometimes. You might have seen that. Jumped up to a weird place. Here it comes. And then as you can see, those are all your other indicators just here. And you can go through and check many different things on this panel. There you go. You could match the panels, whatever you want to do. And then, so these are both on. Ground power now off. So ground power is here. This can be turned off now. So that, now it's running on its own, and we should have no indicators. We have GPU. I've had this problem before. The GPU still says it's on. Ground power unit. See if I can get it to turn off. I don't know. Let's see. We have reset, emergency power. I don't want to turn, that's the power. I should have turned it off. Nope, it's not doing it. And also, we have a radar altimeter has failed. caution here. So I'm not sure why the radar altimeter would have failed. Don't know why that's happening. Ground power disconnect. I'm highlighting this to see if I've got the wrong thing. I don't believe I do. I don't know where I disconnect the ground power. I mean, I thought it was this. I was almost sure it was this. Everything is set here. Somebody will correct me in the comments, I'm sure. Okay, let's start off towards... I don't think that's gonna kill me. It might. We'll see if it flies. Oh, I know. When I lift the collective now, which, by the way, when you're checking your controls, the collective doesn't work until you start it up. Yep, collective is working. Everything works as good as it needs to work. We have a parking brake right here. Oh, can I see it here? That's parking brake, that red handle. And we also have the steering right there. So that locks this front wheel and unlocks the front wheel. Let's see if I did it right. So parking brake off. And we'll just pull the cord out of the GPU, right? We'll just move forward and pull the cord out. There we go. So if there was a GPU, I would have just pulled the cord out right there, and we are on our way. Now I'm just demonstrating how nicely it moves around. But I'm going to go ahead and take off direct from where we are, because we have no air traffic control, and if we did, they'd probably give us permission to do this, as it's the most expensive helicopter in the world, etc., etc. The radar, this I don't understand right there, like I missed something. Radar altimeter, I know there's people screaming at me who know exactly where it is. This is off too. That should be on. How about these? Nope, that didn't do it. Radio. As you can tell, I didn't read. Well, I did go through the. There, that was it. That was it. Now we're ready to fly. This is one of the first successful starts I've had with this thing. I'm going to start off towards the oil rig, and then we might cut a little out and go straight to the landing. No. What am I doing? Flight planner. If you notice, I have a little nav map icon there. You can connect your little nav map to the flight planner now. Route, right there, route. There we go. I'll have to edit something out. I just noticed a sound that I do not need. It's a very interesting aircraft to fly. When you start it correctly and you have the ACS on, it does act like it. It does give you that feeling of having an assisted control. Now look what the gaugers are doing though, the engine gauges. They kind of go crazy. They kind of do a little wacky stuff, but it performs quite nicely. A little pedal turn. And it will just hang in the air for you. I'm doing very little with my controls. And we will just take off directly from here. Go ahead and put the gear up so they don't get hung up on these rocks. Gear's right there. Right at about 40, you get a sharp pull to the right. Just a little bit of pedal to correct that. Little bit of cough mute. That's amazing. I thought during this start I might have to use a lot more of the beep button. But no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. All right. How we doing on my route? I'm already off route because I can't see my helicopter here. There we go. Let's hit that. That centers it. Turn out towards the oil rig. And this will do... I was doing over 200 knots yesterday. It looks like I have a lot less winds today. But I recorded the landing with a 30-knot wind. So when I switched to the landing, it's a 30-knot wind out there, man. And again, I mean, the cool things here, the detail is just like fabulous. Just fabulous. Also, I'm going right into the sun. Look at this. Let's put the shades down. They work. They work. Now, I'm pretty much hands off, and this is what we got. That's just basically flying on its own. So you can fly all day like this. That's just keep little inputs, teeny inputs to correct trim. You also can use your trim that I know you've set up for your helicopters by now. It's in the manual how to set that up. The longitudinal trim and lateral trim works. And as you can see by the tape there, I have a lot more speed available to me. Now there's that bug again. I am there. I'm back in the middle, which I think we saw earlier. I'm sure it's been pointed out quite a few times to the great team at Performance Group. Today is glassy smooth. Do I even have weather on? I'm gonna check my weather because I'm not sure. No, live weather is not on. Let's turn live weather on. Now we're gonna see some action, possibly. Yes, there, okay. Okay, I didn't realize I had turned that off. These those little things on the flag represent, I think, 5 knots. No, they must represent about 10 knots. So now it's 10 knots, 10 to 15 knot winds. I mean, 5 to 10 just now. And as you can see, it makes the water look so much better. And if we kind of go near the water, we might get some whales out here. It's a bit sunny. It's a bit sunny. So yeah, gorgeous looking aircraft. Got a few little things. It's actually performed better. I guess it likes the camera because it's actually performed better for me now than when I was flying it on my own with no one watching. Absolutely no one watching. And if we go back here, this is our, what is it? $28 million interior. This is more of a crew setup. If you check online for the H225, you will see the insane luxury interiors that they have for this aircraft. It's crazy. Crazy, right? A little more of that detail down here. I mean, you know, every little thing is here. It's all here. Super nice. Now I am climbing. I don't need to climb. Let me just see if I can trim that out. Right, and look, I'm just about on the magenta with no real autopilot. The autopilot is me. Just trim that climb out. Trim, little trim. You also got to wait. I'm trimming and waiting because you got to give it a second for the trim to kick in. And it looks like I could use more power. Let's see. Yeah, let's get out there. I was running at about 75 to get 140. 75% torque. Let's see, we're getting into the orange now. Our winds are picking up as we go out into the abyss, into nothing. And it crashed. Oh my God, it crashed. Okay, next clip, please. We'll go land. This happens quite a bit with this aircraft. And here we are back out here in the middle of nowhere and headed towards that oil rig out there. We've got a ship out here, which is pretty cool. I'm still a little bit, I'm not wild about the ships. They jump in and out. They have to load in and you've got to be really close for them to load. That's kind of a bummer. Our winds now are around 30 to 34. I think we've got gusts up to 39. So you're going to see how this does in really high winds. I'm going to do my best to land into the wind. This is using the replay tool. So I also might comment about the replay tool, the built-in replay, which is not replay, it's a replay tool. The gear is coming down like that because it's the replay tool. So there, oh geez, I've got my finger next to that beat button. Anyway, the oil rigs look fantastic. The story of the 225 began with the SA-330 Puma, a medium-lift, multi-role utility helicopter developed by French aerospace company Sud Aviation. Twin-engine Puma, which took maiden flight April 15, 1965, and entered service in 1968, was created as a clean sheet initiative based on a French military request for a tactical multi-mission helicopter. So it's been flying since 1968. More information is available, of course, if you want to read it. So let's see how I do here. I come in and yeah, I'm approaching pretty well. Speed is, actually my speed is low. I'm almost stopped because I have a 39 knot wind. So you don't want to stop until you're over the helipad. I'm constantly working on this. With this much wind, it's hard. Now there, ouch. That's another thing that this helicopter does. It's really annoying us in multiplayer, which is my main thing we do 3 times a week on Twitch. I don't know if that jump is the Asobo thing or if it's the wind. But there we go. Up there, a little bouncy. I got it down. And we are landed. We are here. And my plan was then to pan out and pan up and say goodbye to everyone. So thank you so much for watching. This has been another Flights with Joel. I hope you enjoyed it. That's what happens with the replay tool. It goes back and it replays. All right, we'll see you all next time.